Hi everyone, on Saturday the 6th of March, a traditional ITV 7. On Saturday, the best of the action from the all-weather at Wolverhampton and Sandown, where ground conditions have dried out pretty dramatically. I think it'll be nearly good at the Easter venue, perhaps with the odd good to soft patch. We've actually had a couple of very nice days. We start off with our daily nap, sponsored by Priced Up Bet, and we're going for a good afternoon for Gary and Joshua Moore, starting in the 2:27, the day's feature, the 2-mile Imperial Cup, and I like their Mondo Man here at around about the 4-1 mark with Priced Up Bet. Now, Gary and Josh are back in the groove. They've had 5 winners in the last 14 days. They have had something of a stop-start season, it has to be said, but they do particularly well with their runners at Sandown, and they target these valuable Saturday races. Mondo Man, when he's run 6 times over hurdles, he's one of those horses that people have become very quick to peg as disappointing based on his very useful flat form. And I think the reason behind that is he hasn't settled or jumped fluently in those early runs over hurdles, and they put the money on and left it on a couple of occasions. Now, at Ascot in November, he ran an absolute screamer into handicaps behind Wilful, caught miles too far back and not particularly fluent at that very sharp Ascot hurdle track. He finished quite strongly, catching the eye. He's since been to Plumpton. He was 7-1 on. He flew round like an aeroplane, as you would expect, but he jumped a lot better. I'm hoping he's got the hang of things. Obviously, he's not going to front run here in a big field for this valuable handicap, but Caelan Quinn knows him particularly well. He'll be patient. They'll go a strong gallop. I think the stiff track, the fair galloping nature of Sandown will suit him, and I think he'll overpower these up the hill. I still think he's an extremely well handicapped horse, and spring ground we saw at Plumpton last time. I think it'll suit him, and it'll be drying out even more here. He's a pretty classy act when he gets it together, and I think he's a class above these rivals. Our value angle selection, sponsored by Priced Up Bet, goes in the 3:35, a 3-mile handicap chase. A similar story here. Gary and Josh, Caelan Quinn, invincible now. Now, he's a 5-time winner. The thing to say about him is he is a brilliant jumper. He flew round this track, I think it was in November, making all the running over 2-mile 4. He then didn't stay 3-mile 5. He's shaped particularly well of late. He's got a chance to dominate here. You watch him jump the railway fences if he's out on his own. He'll be taking half a length out the whole field. 3 miles on decent ground, well within his compass. I think he's sure to go well at what should be an attractive price. The remaining 5 races on ITV on Saturday, we'll spin through them in time order as usual, starting with the 150 at Sandown, a 2-mile 4 novice handicap hurdle. Quite a valuable prize this. I think the one who's interesting is Laguna Beach, dropping back in trip from 2-mile 5. Now, there'll be some who want to take him on. He finished 2nd at Ascot last time out, and the 1st and 3rd have been well beaten since, but that came on quite soft ground over 2-mile 5. His previous win at Haydock was on goodish ground, and that's what he's got here. And I think the stiff track, dropping back 2 furlongs in trip, should suit him ideally. There's loads more to come from him. He's got plenty of scope. Most of Henderson's want decent ground. I think Nico will be positive on Laguna Beach, and hopefully can make all the running and keep fending them all off. Over to Wolverhampton, small stakes for me here. The 2:05, a 6-furlong handicap. Well, Badgery caught the eye 1 start back when finishing 2nd from off the base. Last time out at Newcastle, they overdid things. Sometimes at Newcastle, you watch the races there and they sort of stay in the same order they've been in throughout, basically. And Badgery was dropped out and never made any headway at all. Didn't see much daylight, in fairness, but I think that's a line-through run. As I say, his previous effort, he looked on the way back to winning form. He's well treated. Jason Hart, the icing on the cake. Back to Wolverhampton for the 2:42, a 1-mile handicap. This is a pretty hot race for the track. I think Labotte is the clear form choice from a yard. I really like Harry Eustace. Now, he's not been seen out since posting a career best effort in the Britannia at Royal Ascot, but this is a pretty valuable prize, and Harry's horses very rarely need a run. He's an extremely good young trainer to follow. I suspect Labotte will be primed for this return. The only thing is you have to suffer Jamie Spencer, but hopefully at Wolverhampton he'll be able to swoop late and find daylight. Obviously, you're usually having to come from last to first with Jamie. 9 times out of 10, that seems to be the way he rides. But Labotte has got a turn of foot and remains open to improvement. Back to Sandown for the 3 o'clock, a listed mare's bumper. A pretty high quality race this. Usually throws up plenty of future winners over hurdles next season. Lune Brilliante was an impressive debut winner at Carlisle when thought to need the run, and then got a poor ride, a rare poor ride from Harry at Huntingdon, ridden with overconfidence and never landing a blow there. I think this stiffer track will suit her, and she remains open to plenty of improvement. The Skeltons, by the way, continue in blistering form. They've probably got their strongest ever team assembled for the Cheltenham Festival starting on Tuesday. And finally, we go to the 3:15 at Wolverhampton, a 7-furlong listed prize, a very trappy contest. Rafe Beckett had a strong hand at declaration, and he's chosen to run Palmer Bay under Ross Orion, who I think is just about the form choice on that latest 4th at Deauville in December. Likely to be fully fit for this valuable prize. A tricky horse to place, falls between 2 stalls, not really good enough for group races and too high up the handicap for top handicaps, but Palmer Bay should go close with Ross Orion, an excellent booking. Best of luck with all 7 ITV races on Saturday, everyone. Please do like and comment on the YouTube videos, subscribe to the free channel if you haven't already, and do check out our sponsor, Priced Up Bet.